My name is Mr. P. Mabu Hussain, Assistant Professor of EEE, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the modeling and performance of medium transmission line. As you know, medium transmission lines are the lines which are having up to 160 kilometers from 80 kilometers. That means the transmission lines which are between 80 to 160 kilometers are called the medium transmission lines. So to model and to analyze the performance of these medium transmission lines, so we can use three methods. So those are the end condenser method, nominal T method, and nominal pi method. So let us discuss one by one how to use these methods to model and analyze the performance of transmission lines. So the first method is end condenser method, right? In this method, the total capacitance of the transmission line, medium transmission line, so will be represented at the receiving end, right? So here, if you observe a transmission line, so the transmission line will be having a series impedance, right? So here we have Vs and current flowing through, this is Is, and at load you have Vr and Ir. Okay, so now if in medium transmission lines, we will consider the effect of capacitance. So that capacitance may be placed completely at the end of the transmission line here, right? And here this Y represents the admittance of your capacitance. Here you have the load, right? In end condenser method, the total capacitance of the medium transmission line will be represented at the end of the transmission lines, so near to the load. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit for medium transmission line. So by using end condenser method, here you have sending end voltage Vs and sending end current Is, and receiving end voltage Vr and receiving end current Ir, and here you will be having the transmission line impedance Z, and then you have the Y. So this Y is the admittance of your total capacitance, which is kept at the end of the transmission line, right? So if you write the performance equations for this transmission line system, so then this Is here, if you see, so at this node, if you write the KCL, so then the Is will be equal to IC plus IR, right? So now what is this IC? So IC is the current flowing through this capacitance. So voltage across this capacitance will be same as the receiving end voltage. Why? Because this ZL and this capacitance both are in parallel. So VR will be the voltage across the capacitance. Once you know the voltage across the capacitance and admittance of that capacitance, so then the current IC can be written as IC is equal to Y into VR. So that we have written here, right? IC is Y into VR plus IR. So this is the value of Is. Okay, so then in similar way, you can even represent the voltage equation at the sending end. So for getting the voltage at the sending end, here you have to apply the KVL, right? Once if you apply the KVL here, so this Vs will be equal to, so this voltage across this capacitance, which is Vr, plus voltage drop across the total impedance Z, so which is Is into Z. Okay, so then this can further simplify it as, so Vs is equal to Vr, in place of Is you can write Y into Vr plus Ir. So you will get this equation, and again from this finally you will get Vs is equal to 1 plus Yz into Vr plus Z into Ir. So this is the Vs expression and this is the Is expression, right? So these two you can represent in a matrix form, right? If you represent those two in matrix form, so those can be represented Vs Is is equal to 1 plus Yz Z by 1 Vr into Vr Ir, right? So here this once if you compare with ABCD parameters, so the A value is 1 plus Yz, and B value is Z, C value is Y, and D value is 1. Okay, so this is how you can represent the medium transmission lines in terms of equations and in terms of ABCD constants, right? If you if they were asked to draw the phasor diagram, then you can draw this. How you can draw this phasor diagram? Let us see now. Okay, so this is your equivalent circuit of medium transmission line. So in end condenser method, now if you take the VR as the reference. Here I am drawing. So this is the VR which we have taken it as a reference voltage, right? So now, so generally these loads ZL will be the inductive load. So you are assuming that this load to be inductive and the power factor will be lagging. So then the current IR will be lagging the voltage VR, right? Current IR will be lagging the voltage VR by some power factor angle phi R. Okay. So then what about the current IC? Right? Voltage across this capacitance is VR. So this IC, so which is flowing through the capacitance, will lead the VR by 90 degrees. Right? This is the total capacitance of transmission line, and you are not having the resistance. So the capacitive currents in general will be leads the voltage. So this capacitive current will lead the VR by an angle 90 degrees. Okay, so this is capacitive current IC, right? So once if you know the IC and IR vectors, so then you can find out the IS vector. So this IS is the sum of IC and IR, right? If you do the vector sum of IC and IR, you will get the IS value. So you have to sum these two vectorially. Okay, so this is your IS. Okay, so this is your IS. So then how you will get the VS value? So this VS equation is VS is equal to VR plus IS into Z, right? So this Z again is R plus JX. So if you write now VS is equal to VR plus IS into R plus IS into X. So which is JIX into X. So now to get the VS, you have to add vectorially this VR, IS into R and IS into X, right? So now in this vector diagram, you have to add them, right? Now this is the VR vector. For this VR vector, you have to add this IS into R. So this IS into R, this voltage drop across the resistance will be in parallel to this current vector. Okay, so this will be like this. In parallel to this value is the IS into R, right? So then this IS into X will be perpendicular to this current. So this will be in this direction. So this is the IS into X. So if you add this VR, ISR and AXS vectorially, then you will get the VS value. So this is the VS vector. And the angle between this IS and VS is the power factor angle at the sending end, which is phi S. Okay, so like this, you can draw the phasor diagram or vector diagram of end condenser method in the medium transmission line. Okay, right. So then let us see the nominal T method, right? In previous case, in end condenser method, total capacitance is kept at the sending end, sorry, at the receiving end, at the load, right? So now here in nominal T method, the total impedance of the line, right? So this, if you see, you are having the impedance, series impedance Z, this total impedance, which is equal to R plus JX. So this impedance will be divided into two halves, right? So now this will be divided into two halves, like Z by 2 and Z by 2. Okay, so in the middle, we will keep the total capacitance of the transmission line. Now this is looking like a T circuit. So because of that reason, you can call this as a nominal T method. Okay, so here if you see the diagram, you are having this R plus JX by 2. So this is nothing but Z by 2. And this here, this is Z by 2. Okay, so now this total circuit will be looking like a T network. So this method is called the nominal T method. At the sending end, you are having sending end voltage and sending end current VS and IS, and at the receiving end, you have receiving end voltage and receiving current VS, VR and IR. Now current flowing through this capacitance, you can call it as IC, and voltage across the capacitance, you can call it as VC, right? And this capacitance will be having some admittance Y. So this admittance Y will be equal to J into omega C. Now for this network, you have to develop the voltage and current equations, sending in voltage and receiving in voltage in terms of receiving in current and receiving in voltage. Okay. So right, for this first you have to develop the voltage equation which is across the capacitance, right? So this VC, so this VC will be the voltage across the receiving end VR plus drop across this Z by 2. So this can be written as VC is equal to VR plus current flowing through this will be IR. So that IR into impedance Z by 2. Okay. So if you write for IC, current IC, so current IC is equal to voltage across that, which is VC and admittance value. So this value IC is equal to VC into Y. So then the sending end current IS can be written as IS is equal to IC plus IR. So IS is equal to IC plus IR. So which is equal to IR plus, in place of IC you can write VC into Y. And what is the value of VC? So this is the value of VC. So VC is equal to VR plus IR into Z by 2. So that you are writing here into this way. So sending in current IS is equal to IR plus VR plus IR Z by 2 into Y. Okay. So now sending in voltage, if you write, so here if you see the diagram, this sending in voltage, if you write KVL loop here, so Vs is equal to, so that Vs is equal to drop across this Z by 2, so which is Is into Z by 2 plus voltage across this capacitance, which is Vc. Okay, and this Vc value is again this value VR plus IR into Z by 2. So that we are writing in this slide, right? So Vs is equal to this Vc plus Is into Z by 2, and Vc value you are writing here, which is VR plus IR into Z by 2, and the value of Is also known from this equation. Is is equal to IR plus VR plus IR into Z by 2 into Y. So that we are writing here the same. Okay, into this Z by 2. Okay, so now if you derive this, so you are having the VR as common. So VR is VR into 1 plus YZ by 2 plus IR into Z by 2 plus Z by 2 plus YZ square by 4 you will get. Right, here Z by 2 and Z by 2 will become Z. So the equation will be VR into 1 plus YZ by 2 plus IR into Z plus YZ square by 4. Okay, here in this equation also you can take Z as common, so that you will get the Vs value as Vs is equal to VR into 1 plus YZ by 2 plus IRZ into 1 plus YZ by 4. So this is the sending in voltage. Okay, so now sending in current Is will be, so from the previous expression, what is this value? IR plus VR plus IR into Z by 2 into Y, right? That we are writing here. Now still if you expand this, so this Is can be written as Y into VR, this value, plus 1 plus YZ by 2 into IR. Okay, so this is the Is value. Okay, now these two, sending in voltage and sending in current, can be represented in a matrix form. Right, once if you represent them in a matrix form, you can written it as Vs Is is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2 Z into 1 plus 1 by 4 YZ Y 1 plus YZ by 2 into VR IR you will get. Now the elements in this matrix are called the ABCD constants, right? So a value of A is 1 plus YZ by 2, and value of B is Z into 1 plus YZ by 4, and value of C is Y, and value of D is 1 plus YZ by 2. Like this you can derive the ABCD constant for medium transmission line by using nominal T method, right? So now if they were asked to find or draw the phasor diagram for this nominality network, how you can draw, let us see now. So this total is z by 2. Okay, right? So for drawing the phasor diagram, first you have to take the reference voltage or current. So here also you can take the reference as a VR. So I'm taking VR as my reference, right? So generally the loads will be of inductive load. So the current flowing through the load will be IR here. So that IR will be lagging the voltage VR by some power factor angle phi R. Okay, so this is IR. Okay, so then what is VC, right? So this VC is equal to VR plus IR into Z by 2. Okay, so voltage across this capacitance will be this VR plus drop across this, which is IR into Z by 2. Okay, so now to get the VR, for VR you have to add IR into Z by 2, and here Z is again, so this Z is again R plus JX. So this equation can be written as VC is equal to VR plus IR into this R plus JX by 2. Okay, so this still you can write it as VC is equal to VR plus IR into Z by 2 plus J into IR X by 2. Okay, so now to get the VC, you have to add for VR IR into R by 2 plus IR into X by 2. So these two you have to add here, right? IR into R by 2 will be in parallel to your IR vector. So this is your IR into R by 2. Okay, and IR into X by 2 will be perpendicular to this. So this is IR into X by 2. Now the sum of this VR, IR R by 2, IR X by 2, so will be VC here. Okay, right? Once if you get the VC, so then the current flowing through this capacitance, which is IC, will be perpendicular to this VC, right? So perpendicular to this VC, you will be having current IC. Okay, IC will be perpendicular to VC, right? Why? Because IC is the capacitive current and VC is the voltage. So in capacitor, IC will be leading the voltage. So this IC will be perpendicular to VC, right? So then to get the value of IS, right? So for getting IS, so you have to apply KCL at this node. So then IS will be equal to IR plus IC. So if you add vectorially IR and IC, you will get the value of IS. So if you add these two, so then you are getting this as your IS. Okay, once if you get the IS, then you can draw the vector Vs. So that vector Vs will be equal to voltage across the capacitance Vc plus Is into Z by 2. Again, this can be written as Vc plus Is into R by 2 plus J into Is into X by 2. Okay, so to get the value of Vs, for Vs vector, you have to add these two, Is into R by 2 plus J into Is into X by 2. Right? So here this is the vector Vc. So for this you have to add those two, right? So now this Is into R by 2 will be in parallel to your Is vector. Okay, so this is Is into R by 2, right? And then Is into X by 2 will be perpendicular to this. So this is Is into X by 2. So if you add Vs, ISR by 2, Is into X by 2, you will get the Vs. Okay, so this is Vs. So like this, you can draw the phasor diagram for a medium transmission line in nominal T method. Okay, then let us go for nominal pi method here, right? So in nominal pi method, so the total capacitance of the medium transmission line will be divided into two, right? Two halves. So then one half will be connected at the sending end, another half will be connected at the receiving end. So if you take a transmission line, you will be having the transmission line impedance Z here, right? So which is the series parameter. This includes both resistance and inductance, and the capacitance of the line. So capacitance of the line, let us assume that it is having a capacitance, total capacitance of Y. Okay, the transmission line is having a total capacitance of Y. So now this Y will be divided into two halves, Y by 2, pi by 2, right? Now each half will be connected at sending end and receiving end. So one half Y by 2 will be connected here at the sending end, and another half will be connected at the receiving end, right? Now if you see here, this network is looking like a pi. Okay, so because of that reason, this method is called the nominal pi method, right? Here you will be having the sending end voltage and sending end current, and at receiving end you will be having the receiving end voltage and receiving end current IR. Okay, so this is the equivalent diagram for medium transmission line in terms of nominal pi method. Now by using this nominal pi method, how you can obtain the modeling of these lines in terms of ABCD constant, let us see now. Right, so from the equivalent circuit, if you observe the current flowing through the capacitance which is connected at the receiving end, let us assume that this value is IC1, and the current flowing through the capacitance which is connected at the sending end, let us assume that this value is IC2. Okay, we are assuming IC1 and IC2 are the two currents which are flowing through the capacitances which are connected at the receiving end as well as the sending end respectively. Okay, and here you will be having the transmission line impedance, so Z here, which is equal to R plus JX, right? Here you can connect the load. Okay, generally the loads may be of lagging type. Okay, in most of the cases the load may be lagging only. Okay, so now if you write the performance equations for this circuit, how you can obtain, let us see now, right? So now if you see the current IC1, right? IC1 is the current flowing through the capacitance which is connected at the receiving end, right, across this Y by 2. Okay, and now if you observe the voltage across this capacitance, this voltage will be same as this VR. Okay, so the current IC1 can be written as that voltage VR multiplied by the total admittance which is Y by 2. Okay, IC1 will be equal to VR into Y by 2, that we have written here. Okay, so once if you know the IC1 value, so then what is the current flowing through this impedance Z? So let us assume the current flowing through the impedance Z will be IL. Okay, now if you write the KCL here at this node, so then IL will be equal to IR plus IC1. Okay, and this IR is the receiving end current and IC1 is the capacitive current C1, so which is equal to VR into Y by 2. So IL will be equal to IR plus VR into Y by 2 you will get. Okay, so then you can write the equation for sending end voltage, right? This sending end voltage will be same as the voltage across this capacitance, right? So this is voltage across this capacitance is also sending end voltage Vs only. Now if you write the KVL here, so this Vs is equal to voltage across this capacitance which is VR plus drop across this impedance Z, so which is IL into Z. Okay, so Vs is equal to VR plus IL into Z you will get. Okay, so you know the value of IL, so which is IR plus VR into Y by 2, that you can substitute here. Okay, so then Vs is equal to VR plus IR plus VR Y by 2 into Z you are getting. Okay, so once if you separate VR and IR, then final equation for Vs will be Vs is equal to 1 plus Yz by 2 into VR plus Z into IR. Okay, so this is the sending end voltage. In similar way, you find the sending end current also. Okay, to get the sending end current, so this sending end current, if you observe, so this sending end current Is will be equal to IC2 plus IL. Okay, now first you have to determine this IC2. So what is this IC2? IC2 is the current flowing through this capacitance which is connected at the sending end. Okay, so this IC2, if you write, so that IC2 value will be equal to voltage across the capacitance, which is Vs multiplied by that admittance value Y by 2. Okay, IC2 will be equal to Vs into Y by 2 you will get. So from this Is can be written as Vs into Y by 2 plus IL. Okay, and the value of IL again here is this value, which is IR plus VR by 2. VR into Y by 2. Okay, so that we are writing here. Okay, Is is IL plus IC2. So then this IC2 is Vs into Y by 2, and in place of IL we can write IR plus VR into Y by 2, and again in place of Vs you can write this expression. Okay, 1 plus Yz by 2 VR plus Z into IR. So this is the Vs value into Y by 2 you are having. Okay, so now in this equation also, if you separate the VR and IR, right, so then sending end current Is will be equal to VR into Y plus Y square by Y square Z by 4 plus 1 plus Yz by 2 into IR you will get. Okay, so this is still, you can write it as by taking common Y in these both terms, right? So then Is is equal to VR into Y, if you take common, 1 plus Yz by 4 you will get, plus 1 plus Yz by 2 into IR you will get. Okay, so this is the sending end current in terms of receiving end voltage and receiving end current. Okay, this is the Is value, and in previous you are having the Vs value. Right now Vs and Is can be represented in a matrix form. Okay, once if you represent them in a matrix form, so you can write them as Vs Is is equal to 1 plus Yz by 2 Z 1 Y into Yz Y into 1 plus Yz by 4 1 plus Yz by 2 into VRIR vector. Okay, so now the elements of this matrix are called the ABCD constants. Okay, so then the value of A is 1 plus Yz by 2, and the value of B is Z into 1 plus Yz by 4, and the value of C is Y, and the value of D is 1 plus Yz by 2. Like this, you can derive the ABCD constant for a medium transmission line in terms of in nominal pi method. Okay, right. In similar way, you can draw the phasor diagram also for this network. How we can draw the phasor diagram? Let us see. Okay, so for writing the phasor diagram, as usual, you have to consider one reference. Right, I'm taking again the same, so which is VR as my reference. Okay, so once if you take the VR as reference, then the IR will be lagging this. Right, VR is the voltage across the load at the receiving end, and IR is the current flowing through the load. Okay, so generally, as I said before, the loads will be of lagging type, so current will be lagging the voltage by a power factor angle phi r. Okay, so then from this diagram, from this equivalent circuit, once if you know the IR value, and if you see the IC1, right, so IC1 is the current flowing through the capacitance which is connected at the receiving end, and voltage across this capacitance is same as this receiving end voltage VR, right? So IC1 vector can be represented as perpendicular to this VR. Okay, so perpendicular to this VR, you will be having capacitive current IC1. Okay, so now the current flowing through the impedance Z, which is IL, will be equal to this IR plus IC1. runs, if you add these two, IR and IC1, you will get the IL. So that we can do here, right? So here, like this, you can add, so vectorially. So within, if you add IC1, IR vectorially, you are getting the value of IL. Okay. So then after this IC2, right? So instead of before drawing this IC2, so let us draw the voltage Vs, right? So Vs is nothing but this Vs is equal to VR plus IL into Z, or this even can be written as VR plus IL into Z, can be R plus JX, right? So for this VR, if you add IL into R, IL into X, then you will get the value of Vs, right? So for this VR, you have to add IL into R plus IL into X, right? IL into R will be in parallel to this IL in IL, okay? Like this you can represent. So this is the IL into R, okay? And IL into X will be perpendicular to this, which is IL into X. Now sum of this VR, IL into R and IL into X. So this will be the Vs. Okay, so this is the vector Vs. Okay, so now if you add, if you want to represent this IC2, so this IC2 will be perpendicular to this Vs, which is like this. Now if you add this IL and IC2, you will get the value of IS, right? At this node, IS is equal to IC2 plus IL. So if you add vectorially IC2 and IL, so then you will get the sending end current IS. Okay, that IS will be this one. Now the angle between this Vs and the angle between this Vs and Is will be phi s. Okay, so like this you can draw the phasor diagram for medium transmission lines in terms of nominal pi method. Okay, right. So we have represented the medium transmission line performance equation in terms of ABCD parameters, and by using three methods, which are end condenser method, then nominal T method, then nominal pi method, right? In all method you are getting the value of A. Okay, A, B, C, D, all you are getting. Now you can estimate the voltage regulation for these medium transmission line, right? If you see the voltage regulation, how you can obtain. So let us see. So percentage voltage regulation equation, voltage regulation we already know. So this is the change in voltage from no load to full load at the receiving end. So if you want to express this voltage regulation in terms of percentage, then you have to represent it as a VRNL minus VRFL by VRFL into 100. So VRNL is nothing but receiving end voltage under no load, and VRFL is nothing but receiving end voltage under full load. Okay, so under no load condition, the current IR will be 0, right? So when IR is 0, receiving end voltage VR will be, call it as a VRNL, so which is nothing but VR at no load condition, right? So if you write the ABCD constant parameters in terms of Vs and IR and VR, so this Vs value will be equal to A into VR plus B into IR. So this is the expression. Now once the IR value is 0, so then this term will become 0. So from this you can write VR will be Vs by A. Okay, that we are writing here. VR under no load condition will be equal to this Vs by A, and VR at full load condition you can represent it as a VR only. Okay, VR will be the voltage at the receiving end under full load condition, right? Now you got the VRNL and VRFL. So once if you substitute those two in this equation, you will get the percentage of voltage regulation, right? So the percentage of voltage regulation will be Vs minus A into VR by A into VR into 100. So this is the formula to calculate the percentage voltage regulation for medium transmission lines, right? Here, what is the value of A? So the value of A will be 1 plus yz by 2 for both nominal t and nominal pi methods. And for end condensation method, this value is 1 plus yz. So A value is 1 plus yz for end condenser method. So if you go back, you can see, okay, in end condenser method, the value is A is equal to 1 plus yz by 4 yz, and in nominal t method, this value is 1 plus yz by 2, and in nominal pi method, the value of A is 1 plus yz by 2. Okay, so by using those expressions, you can calculate the value of A, and you can substitute in this equation to get the percentage of voltage regulation. Right. So then, how you can estimate the efficiency? So efficiency is nothing but output power by input power multiplied by 100 if you want the percentage efficiency. Right. Let us assume that P will be the power which is received at the receiving end. Okay. So then percentage efficiency, so which is P out by P in into 100. Okay. So then this P in terms of P out you can write. Okay. This value will be P out plus losses. Okay. And P out here is the receiving end power, which is P. So here also the P. So and losses will be 3 into I square R at the receiving end. So this will be IR. So for a 3-phase system, the losses will be 3 into IR square R. If it is a single phase system, so these 3 will not be there. Okay. So the percentage of efficiency expression we have written here. So which is equal to P by P plus 3 into IR square R. So multiply by 100, we'll get the percentage. And the value of R is the resistance of transmission line per phase. And the value of P is VR into IR into cos phi. It is for single phase. Okay. So if you want to write for 3-phase, this will be 3 into VR IR cos phi. This is for 3-phase. Okay. So here this VR and IR are the per phase voltages. So if the VR and IR is given in terms of line voltage, then the 3-phase power will be √3 times VR IR cos phi you will get. Okay. Now in this expression, VR IR are the line voltage and line current. Okay. So like this, you can obtain the performance parameters, which are regulation and efficiency for a medium transmission line. Okay. Right. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.